Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I'm doing a review of Sardegna. So Sardegna is a 2 to 4 player area majority game by Games. This is actually an older game. It's about 20 years old, give or take. And Games decided to give it new life. And in this awesome little package, so this box actually turns into the board. You're going to see now in the how to play section of this video. But Playtay was nice enough to send me a copy of this game amongst other games from their catalog. So this is the first game I will be reviewing. And essentially what you're doing is you're going to be playing cards that do different actions. And everyone's going to show them off simultaneously. And you're all going to be trying to control different provinces each round. So let me show you how to play. And then I'm going to, again, this is just, don't take this as a how to play video. I'm just showing off the basic mechanisms of this game. I'm not going to go over everything. Again, this is not a complicated game, but you'll see now in the how to play how it works, and then I'm going to give you my final thoughts. So let's head right over to the how to play. Okay, so this is how the game is going to be set up. We have our 11 province markers up here. They're randomly shuffled, and then randomly 11 are placed out. So we have 5 and 20 for the first round. So what that means is area 20 and area 5, which is right over here, is going to score first. So like the areas that 5 is connected to. So here, and then with 20, you're gonna have these 3 areas here. Everyone is gonna have their cards that has a different person on it. Now you're gonna have all your different pawns here. I'll explain what they each do. So what everyone's going to do is let's just make believe I'm going up against blue, but with a 2-player game, it scores a little bit differently, but I'm just showing you how the mechanics work. So this game is actually better with a higher player count, just so you guys know. So we have all our pieces out. So we have here, this is the priest. This is a villager. We have a fort right here, which would go on this spot here. We have our village, which is the little house symbol. And then we have our ship, which will be placed here at the ports. Okay, so like I said before, we have all these character cards. You're going to select one secretly and place it down. So let's go over what each one does. So we have the architect right here. The architect is going to construct one fort on any unoccupied fort space or a village in an unfilled province. So the max villages that you can put are the number of harvested agriculture tokens. So these are the agriculture tokens that place randomly on the board. Again, I just put them on just to show you, but normally like the wheat will go in yellow spots and such. I'm just showing you for mechanic purposes. And of course they show the victory point marker of the province right there. So that's what the architect does. So in order to build more villages, you have to have at least one of these. So the more of these tokens you have, the more villages that you can construct in your area. So if I played her, I could place a village. I say 20 is going to be scoring, or I could have done the fort. The forts always go here, and of course you have a limited supply of these buildings. The next one we have here is the farmer. So the farmer is what helps you get these agriculture tokens right here. So what the farmer would do is you're gonna choose a harbor anywhere where you have a ship. So let's say it was right here, and you're gonna choose an area where you have a ship, and you're gonna harvest one of those tokens that are gonna take in from an adjacent or a connected province through an area that is connected. So you would have to have forts in the area. And then you're going to score points equal to the number of agricultural tokens of that type that you have. So it would behoove you to have the same type. Another one we have here. Actually, I'm going to go over the sentinel last. So the next one is the queen. So the queen just allows you to copy a previous card that you played. Next is going to be the commander, which makes you add a villager to any unfilled province. Or it allows you to move your villagers up to 4 times. And it can be split between the villagers. So if I had villagers, let's say I had them one here, and I had another one over here, I could do 1, 2, and then 1, 2. Again, if you had 4 villagers out there, you can move each of them once, and so forth. The next one here is the admiral, which allows you to add the ship, and you can't have more than 2 ships per harbor, and both your ships cannot occupy the same harbor. It also allows you to move the ship, so I can play him and I can move this ship to this harbor or to this harbor and so forth. And then I have the priest. The priest is this little figure right here. So you're going to put him in any unfilled area. But now what the priest does is, when you can also move him up to 3 times when you play that card. But it blocks other players' villages and villagers unless they also have their priest there. So that it does affect other players as well. So if you're going to try and block other people out, you want to play that priest. The last card is the Sentinel. So what the Sentinel does is it pretty much ends the round. You're going to score the provinces that are out right now. So 5 and 20 would automatically get scored. And you're going to score the provinces adjacent to the forts that are shown on those provinces, and then retrieve all your characters, all your cards back. Now, when you're scoring, you're going to score by depending on who is on the area there. So let's just say we have 20 here. We have this, and we have this right here. So you're gonna get, and let's put our priest there, and then maybe let's put our opponents right here. So they have their house here, and they have theirs there. So let's say this is what it looks like at the end of the round when we're scoring this section here. So you're gonna get 1 influence per priest or villager that's in the province. So I already have 1 and 2 over here, and you're gonna get 2 for a village. So I already have 2, 3, 4 right here. And of course, 1 more influence if I have a fort. So I will have 1, 2, 3, 5 points, while my opponent, this is their village right here. They're only gonna have 3. So I would win, and I would get the victory points shown here. So I would have I would have 9 victory points added. You're gonna keep doing that until the 11th card comes out and all the cards and all the provinces are scored. That's essentially the game. So let's go back, and I'm giving you my final thoughts. Okay, so I really want to... The first thing I want to say is I really appreciate these boxes that Playtay designed their games in. I think these are really cool. You know, they fit nicely compact on the shelf. They're easily travel friendly. You could take this anywhere with you. They did a really good job on the packaging. I am a sucker for packaging like this, and just unique packaging in general. So let's go into the review, and I'm gonna, like I usually do all my other games, I'm going to go over each section. So theme, I'm gonna give a 6 out of 10. The theme is not really that strong. You know, it shows the island of Sardinia. You don't really feel like you're playing as anything. You know, the wooden meeples, they look pretty cool and stuff. But again, there's nothing thematic that's jumping out from this game. But so I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. The art and components, I'm gonna give a 7 out of 5 out of 10. Only, because I really like the packaging of this game. Also, the game looks really nice on the board. If somebody passes by at a convention or anywhere, it's a game that they're gonna stop and look at because it's very colorful. Again, the pieces are nothing really like the typical little wooden pieces, meeples, but just the board and the packaging, the artwork is simple, but I do think it's one of those type of games where even when we were playing, people were stopping to look at it and say, "Oh, this looks a nice looking game. What is it?" So it has that drawing aspect. It's gonna draw people to it. But other than that, bare bones, functional. My only complaint. Some of the numbers were a little too small for me, like to show where the provinces are, but again, not that big of a deal. Gameplay, I'm going to give an 8 out of 10 for. So, the more I played this game, the more I really liked it. Again, there's no combat or anything, but you want to plan ahead. It's one of those games that you want to plan ahead. How am I going to allow to put my villages here, but now I want to score in this spot here because I know it's going to give me more victory points. But you also want to think about how you're going to fight off. Well, you're not fighting, but how am I going to beat my opponent there? There's going to be areas you're just going to have to give up. and maybe you go for those stronger provinces and work towards a strategy with that. So I like how some of the components were very limited. That actually made the gameplay a little bit more tense, and it's very satisfying when you're going up against 4. And I do recommend this at 4 players. I wouldn't recommend. I mean, 2 is okay, but I think this game is meant to be played at the full player count, because you know me, I like chaos. I like that tense gameplay. And at the 4-player count, it is very tense because you're fighting over those provinces, and there is that good strategy to it. You know, how am I going to plan ahead of myself? And you also messing with your opponent's heads, because like, oh, so he's placing a priest here, he's trying to block, but what you're really trying to do is have them draw their priest there so that you could go score somewhere else, but you also have 2 other opponents to worry about doing the same thing. So there's a lot of that type of gameplay going on, and I really liked it a lot. And again, it did grow on me the more I played. Ease of play, I'm also going to give an 8 out of 10. I think the rulebook is pretty well done. There were some things that weren't clear at first, but again, it's not a complicated game at all. It's a very easy game to get to the table. It says here on the box 30 minutes. With 4 players, it might go a little bit more, but you're not going to play this game in an hour. No way. You could definitely get it done in about 30 to 45 minutes if everybody knows what they're doing. And finally, replayability, I'm going to give a 7 out of 10 to. Again, this is a very fun game. I enjoy playing it a lot, but it's not a game that, I don't know if it's going to hit the table that often, but when you do, I think people are going to have a fun time with it. It's one of those type of games where you're like, oh, you know what, let's play a quick game of Sardegna. I haven't played it in about a month or 2, maybe 3 months, and it's going to come out. It's not going to be that type of game where you're going to take out like every day or so, or every game night. It does make for a good little filler game as well, don't get me wrong, but again, you're pretty much doing the same strategy over again. Yes, they're going to be the different cards that come out that add to the replayability of the game, but it's not going to be the type of game that you're going to be like if it's something big like Dune Imperium or something like it. People want to play that at every game night or so. But other than that, overall, this game is going to get a 7.5 out of 10 for me. This is a good game. It actually, surprised me. It surprised me a lot because this is an older game. Again, some people are not a fan of area control. You know me, I am a big fan of area control. If you're a fan of area control and you like games like Ethnos or Royals, this might be right up your alley. This game plays quicker than Ethnos and Royals. So, again, in this packaging, you can take it anywhere with you. So this is definitely a game I do recommend that you want to add to your collection if you like area majority. So 7.5 out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. I'm also going to leave a link to Playtay's website in the description section. So if you want to purchase this game, you could purchase it from their website. I don't think I've seen it on like Miniature Market or Game Nerds anyway. So you might have to buy it straight from them. Please like and subscribe. This channel is starting to grow every day. I thank you all, to all my subscribers, all my followers on Instagram for keeping through for these past 3 years that I have been doing this. I really appreciate it. We are up to 451 subscribers. Really trying to get to that 1,000 mark. I really appreciate it if you guys help me put to that. And if I do make it to the 1,000 mark, I am going to be doing a nice big giveaway to celebrate that. So yeah, that's going to do it for today, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Hope you all have a great one. Keep on playing. Have fun out there.